This is a video report for Germans versus British. Battle of Caen. Here's the table. Heavy terrain. German forces are 3 squads of veteran grenadiers with a lieutenant, Brandenburger squad, flamethrower, Panzerschreck, light howitzer. These are assault pioneers, Brumbar, armored car, 2 Kubelwagons, and the heavy field. Right, here's the British troops. Andre, go ahead and describe what you have.
Those are half tracks.
The trucks are half tracks in this game.
And in each, I've got an 8-man squad with submachine guns, a flamethrower team, and an officer. And those are identical for both half tracks. I've got my free spotter, and I've got a sniper. Over here I've got a light machine gun, or is that a medium machine gun Jeep?
Yep.
And 2 mortar teams. And then 2 5-man squads of regular veterans. And the Pulson AA gun and a Sherman.
Alright. The mission here is Heartbreak Ridge, one of the boltaction.net missions. One objective is placed in the middle. It's worth 1 point. German objective is over here. Command team pouring over the map. British objective is right there behind those silos. So enemy objective is worth 2 points. Holding your own is worth 0. So now we'll deploy. Okay, we have deployed. The Germans have deployed 1 squad and a light howitzer in their table quarter. British have deployed a squad of veterans there, and the other squad is hiding on the other side of that building.
We're not hiding.
They're hiding.
We're waiting in ambush.
The rest of these are coming in on the first wave. These guys are going to be in reserve with the Brandenburgers outflanking, as well as the assault engineers. The British will be bringing in.
We've got the Sherman, the Pulson, the forward observer, and I've got a half track with 8 commandos, an officer, and a flamethrower.
And all these guys will be coming in reserve. So that is the setup. So we will start turn 1. Okay, at the end of turn 1, I brought in a squad over here to help defend the objective. The squad moved up here. The officer came on. This squad moved up to oppose these guys. The Brumbar came on and fired and destroyed the half track, which is the truck there, which was full of commandos, an officer,
And a flamethrower.
Put 5 pins on each of those, so that was pretty brutal. The light howitzer fired on the Sherman but missed, used indirect fire. The anti-aircraft tank came on and then fired on the light howitzer, put a pin on them. And I think that's about it. Everything else is still in reserve. That was just first wave. But yeah, this armored car came on and tried to shoot at his artillery observer and missed. And then the artillery observer dropped the red smoke there to bring in the airstrike, or the artillery strike, at the beginning of turn 2. So here we are at the end of turn 2, and we've had some action, including the Brumbar being destroyed by the artillery strike. He got the 10 hits from the heavy howitzer, killed him. And that same howitzer put a few pins on that squad, and the officer.
But they were able to rally.
They rallied. Of course, they only removed 2 of the 3 pins. This squad decided to make a break through the hole in the wall and fired on them and did nothing. These guys over here are still pinned down. Andre forgot to leave them in the down order, so they had to get another down order. So maybe by turn 6 they'll be able to do something. The Jeep moved up, fired on these guys, put a pin on them. The tank did nothing. The armored car came over, took a shot at the Sherman, tried to put a few pins on it, missed. The squad just moved up behind these silos here, waiting for any enemy to come around, but it looks like everyone's in the middle. So that's about it for turn 2. Oh, the Panzerschreck came in, took a shot at the Sherman, missed, of course. And that's it for turn 2, so turn 3. Okay, turn 3 is over. So a lot of people got killed in this one, mostly all my guys. This squad that was here decided to assault the 5-man squad that was here. I had 3 assault rifles, 8 guys in total with 3 assault rifles. They only had 5 guys with rifles. So I decided to not get any hits, and he got 1 and killed the entire squad, which is a rule we decided was dumb. The Kugelwagen decided to try to get some revenge, so he drove up, flamethrower jumped out, ran up here, and barely reached him with the flamethrower, but he only killed 1. So, but they do have 3 pins on him. In the middle, the officer moved up here, put some more shots onto those 5 guys in that building there. Try to get some more pins on him so that maybe he can't assault my flamethrower, but they missed. This squad, I don't remember what that squad even did. I think they shot at the commandos and missed. His side, I killed the Sherman with the Panzerschreck. He hit it, caught it on fire, and then they bailed out. All these guys, down orders were removed, so I guess they're going to try to rally this next turn. They still have 4 pins each. Over here, the problem was always that anti-aircraft tank has been ambushed for like 3 turns, or 2 turns now. And these guys have always been hiding back here, so I decided I'm going to just rush out, try and draw some fire. He didn't take the bait, so he's still on ambush. Or did you take him off ambush?
No longer an ambush.
So he's not on ambush anymore. So I was too scared to drive my armored car out because I didn't want him to get killed, because that thing's got 2
Light autocannon.
2 light automatic cannons on it. I was hoping that he would shoot at them and then I could come out, but he didn't. So this guy decided just to stay back here and ambush. So then I decided I'm going to bring in my squad of assault engineers who are now here, dead. I rushed him up here from the halfway point behind this wall here, and sure enough, you know, he had already brought in his half track, jumped out the flamethrower, and killed them all. So that was a dumb move on my half. Over here, the Brandenburgers decided to come in. So they rolled in their car. They got out. There was a heavy mortar there they killed. So they still have a 5-man squad there, a sniper there, and the objective is right there. So it's pretty much going to be up to these guys to try to get over here. And if all these guys stay pinned, I think they might have a chance. So that's it. So going to turn 4. Alright, so that was the end of, we just did turn 4. And back here in the middle again, we had some interesting, this squad, Fubard, they actually rolled a 4, but the Brandenburger special rule sabotage or whatever it is, minus two, made a minus of 2 of that, so they wound up friendly fire and killed their flamethrower. Then immediately after that, this squad foobarred and shot at the Panzerschreck team that was there and killed one of them. The Jeep decided to pull around that way because these guys are still moving up on the right flank over here. He's still got a squad in ambush there and a sniper there, just hoping to hold on to that objective. Over here, the squad that was there is now, we luckily got the first dice and was able to run in behind that wall. Otherwise, it would have been mowed down by that squad that was there. So all the squads over here jumped back in the half track, and the half track ran up here, try to get close to the objective. The armored car had come out and shot at the squad and killed one of them, and then that anti-aircraft tank shot, and then he reconned back. And that was about it. A lot of foobar going on. And we'll go to turn 5. Okay, at the bottom end of turn 5, the middle is still in
It's
in play.
under Allied control.
For now. He's got his officer and he's securing it. I have a remnants of a squad there and still have a flamethrower there.
The rest of the Germans have retreated from the center of the board.
Yes, they've come back this way because he has a squad of commandos there. He had an officer there that he rushed up, but I came back and shot him. So he still has his commandos, still has a half track there. So there's going to be a big fight here for that objective. Hopefully I can win it. He still has his commando squad finally unpinned. Actually still has one, but that's going to be able to come up and work on the objective. This squad is still miraculously on the board after taking 2 rounds of flamethrower shots, which killed one guy, but it did put 8 pins on him, so that's pretty good. The anti-aircraft tank moved up, once again shot, and this once again retreated, or released out. Apparently forgot about that rule. Over here, these Brandenburgs, they came around the edge, they attacked the 5-man squad that was there. It was about 3 rounds of combat. They finally won and only have 2 guys left. And then the British sniper had to move up here to defend the objective, and the Jeep has moved this way to try to put some fire on these guys. So this should possibly be the last turn. Okay, so turn 5 is over, and this has been resolved on this side. This commando SMG squad was there. They assaulted my light howitzer, killed it, and then were assaulted by this squad, who wiped them out in 1 round. The officer decided, since he had nothing left, he ran over here. And the objective, the British lieutenant came out, tried to contest it briefly, and then got killed by a squad that was there, which was in turn killed by the anti-aircraft tank. These commandos rushed out, got on top, unloaded into the flamethrower team, and only killed 1, so there's 1 left. Back over here, the Brandenburgs rushed the objective, gunned down one of the snipers, took some fire from that Jeep but didn't do anything. And so right now there's one guy from the sniper team, or one of the snipers there, and those 2 guys, no threat to this objective, so everything is just depending on what happens here. And there will be a turn 6, and if Germany gets the first dice, they might be able to clear that. Okay, since this is a very important dice pull, we will do it in real time. So if it's gray or green, it's Germany.
Unless it's dark green.
Oh, and it's not, it's UK. So what are you gonna do? This is only one real choice. Kill the
Uh,
flamethrower.
Well, but I've got a few different ways of doing that. And I'm a little concerned. Yeah, so I took one guy out last time, right? There's
Yep.
only one guy there.
That's right.
I'm thinking maybe an assault would be.
Okay, so the game is over. It ended in a draw. The Jeep became the hero and wiped out the two SS guys that were there before they had a chance to do anything. And in the middle, the commandos came out and decided, trying to figure out whether to assault or shoot. And for some reason, let me talk them into shooting, and they only put a pin marker on the one guy with 12 submachine gun shots. Bad choice. Bad choice. The over here, the officer never did anything. He did take a pin when the anti-aircraft tank came up, fired, and the armored car finally killed that half track. And that was about it. It was a really close game. It shouldn't have been, because in the beginning I wiped out his half track and put 5 pins on the 3 units in there. But over time they stayed down, they lost their pins, and they wound up unpinning and were able to come out here and contest this objective. What else, Andre?
They might even object and say that they're actually holding the objective, seeing as there's 6 of them planted on it.
Yeah. The flamethrowers, he went down when he got shot at, so he wasn't able to shoot back. I guess the hero squad is this squad in here. Somehow, is still alive. They took an assault from a fully armed Grenadier squad with assault rifles. They won. They got shot at twice by the flamethrower and didn't die. And almost, they had 8 pins. They needed a 2 to unpin, and they rolled a 3. So it was really close. The tank didn't really do a whole lot. The German, probably MVP of the game, was probably even though it died in the top of the second turn, the Brumbar, because he killed.
Putting those 5 pins on
The half track.
3 units was
He
huge.
put 5 pins on all 3 units inside and pretty much took them out of the game to the end. Which maybe wasn't that bad for them, since they wound up, being able to do something at the very end.
Well, and the Sherman actually made a big difference. That was the only reason you weren't able to capitalize on taking down the center of the board.
Right.
He was able to move up in there and hold off any infantry advance.
Right. So anyway, that's the game. It's a draw game. The mission was Heartbreak Ridge. So good game.